Welcome back to my channel, Duct Tape Mechanic. In this video, I'm going to give you the top 3 reasons why your GE front load washing machine is not draining. So if you find this video to be helpful, make sure you subscribe to my channel for more DIY and tinkering videos. Alright, so here is the washing machine in question. It's a newer style GE front load washing machine. I believe they started making these in 2023, perhaps 2022. But anyways, this is less than 2 years old, so this video is going to be pretty much applicable to any sort of newer style GE front load washer. If you're curious, this particular one I should say, is that model number right there. So I'm going to cover the top 3 reasons why this thing's not draining. Alright, so reason number 1, and probably the easiest to resolve, is that there's a clogged pump filter. Now, to get access to the filter, all you got to do is pop down this panel right here. It should just come off, and then pull down this panel, and we have access to our filter right there. It's probably a good idea to lay down an old towel, as you're most likely to get some nasty water on your floors if you do this. Then you can just twist this counterclockwise, and the filter house, or the filter itself, should just come right out, and there's some of that nasty water coming out. And we can examine the filter to see if it's clogged. Now it looks pretty good. If it's clogged, you'd be able to tell, and all you'd have to do is clean up the clog, stick this back in there, and you should be good to go. Alright, so just because the filter is not clogged doesn't mean that there's not a clog somewhere else in the system. So the second reason would be a clog anywhere else in the system aside from the actual filter. Now I'm going to give you a couple of main points of where these clogs are commonly found. But in order to do that, the easiest way to do that on this model, I should say, is to put it on its back. Unfortunately, this thing is an absolute behemoth, and it's really heavy, so you do have to be careful. I advise having somebody help you. Before you do that, we will have to disconnect the power line and the 2 water supply lines, as well as the drain needs to be pulled out of, or the drain line needs to be pulled out of the drain, I should say. But it is heavy, so it's a good idea to have somebody help you put it on his back. And you can also put a towel on his while behind the washer, so you don't damage anything while it's on the ground. So it's actually sitting on the towel instead of just the bare floor. But anyways, let's get to it. Alright, so we got the washing machine on its back, and we can take a look at the common points where you'll find clogs. Now, there is a more complicated way of getting to these points, in which you pretty much have to disassemble the whole front of the machine to get to what I'm going to show you, which is the inlet and the outlet of the drain pump, and the drain pump itself can be clogged as well. But by putting it on its back, you're going to get access to these points without having to disassemble the whole washer. You will have to kind of work at a kind of an awkward angle, because you'll be reaching down into this little cutout right here, but it's way worth it, because the other method is pretty much you have to remove the door seal, or at least the front part of it, and take off all of the control panels. It's quite a lot more work. But anyways, so here we have the inlet of the drain pump right here, and the outlet on this side right here. And it's just held in by some clamps. So we'll be undoing these clamps, and the first thing you want to do is you want to examine this black hose right here, which provides the water going from the drain, or from the tub, into the drain pump, and is often a source of a clog. So we're going to undo that from the pump and check it to see if it has any sort of obstruction. Alright, so with the drain hose, or the inlet hose, disconnected, we can do a quick visual inspection to see if there's any sort of obstruction of it. As you can see, we're able to see right in to the tub, so there's no not any sort of obstruction there. So that would be a very common point. Sometimes small articles of clothing such as baby socks or what have you, even nails and whatnot can get through and cause various obstructions. But that would be the first place to look. After that would be an obstruction in the pump itself. To check the pump for a clog, we're going to have to take it out of the washing machine, and the first thing you'll do is we'll have to undo the clamp for the outlet of the pump, aka the drain hose, and we'll also have to undo the two screws that hold it in. Alright, so after you've disconnected the drain hose from the pump, it's always a good idea to inspect that as well. And as you can see, we have some debris in this one, so that could be a culprit as well. So quick, easy check. Alright, so before we undo these two screws, it's probably easier if you just go in and disconnect the pump connector. So you come to the bottom of it, we should be able to just see that tab right there and right there, and just undo it by pushing in the tab and just pulling it, and there we go, it is out of there. So to get these screws out, there's a couple of options you have. The easiest is going to be using one of these right angle bit adapters for your impact. You just put it in there and you just spin it right out. Easy. They're only like 20 bucks. Really handy tool. But if you don't have that, the second best option would be to use this kind of this manual right-handed tool where you can just stick behind there and get it out. I think they sell it for like Harbor Freight for like $5. And the third option would be just to use a stubby screwdriver. Now this is probably going to take some work because they're probably, you know, torqued down in there a little bit, and you're not going to be at the full strength position, but it can be done. So all you have to do is use one of those three tools to get the two screws out. And once you get the second screw out, the pump should come right out. Look at that. Easy peasy. Alright, so with the pump out, you can examine the impeller motor to see if it's clogged and it's just impeding it from spinning. Or you can also examine this inlet side as well and see if that's got any sort of clogs. It's very common for these things to get clogged up here at where the impeller is. That's probably the most common place for a clog. So just by pulling it out this way, you can check to see if the pump is clogged and save yourself a lot of headache. So the third reason why your newer style GE front load washing machine is not draining is because you have a bad drain pump. Now this could be because of an electrical issue with the drain pump or any sort of mechanical issue. A quick test you could do is just to get your multimeter and put it into resistance mode and just measure the resistance of the windings. And so if you do that, and let's see, if you measure the resistance and you get a resistance anywhere from 15 to 25 ohms of resistance, that tells us that the windings are good. If you get something that's drastically different or it reads OL, then your pump needs to be replaced and it's bad electronically or electrically. But like I said, it could still be bad mechanically, and there's no real test for that aside from actually just replacing the pump. So I would say that if you did not find a clog in the filter and did not find a clog anywhere else in the system, just go ahead and replace the pump. It's not that expensive, and your machine is very expensive, I should say. I think these things run around $1,300 or $1,400, so just replacing the pump is probably not a bad investment. What I will do is I'll link this exact part, so it should pop up in the video, and you can click on that and get to where you can order the pump, and it'll also be linked in the description if that's easier for you to do. All right, so let's say that it tested out okay electrically, but then you couldn't find a clog anywhere in the system. You just decided to go ahead and replace the pump, which is a pretty good idea. To install it is really simple. We're just going to be pretty much doing all the steps, but in reverse. So we're going to be going ahead and just putting this into its spot, putting the 2 screws in, then attaching the inlet and the outlet hoses, as well as the electrical connector to this side right here. A quick pro tip to install the pump from this angle, meaning the washer on its back, is that you want this filter housing to fit into the top right there, if you could see it right there. So it's got a round shape spot for the housing, and once that fits, you'll see that on to the side of that there's also 2 circles, and those are for the pegs on the motor, or the drain pump I should say. And I'm gonna zoom out right here, and the pegs are right there. So 1, 2, and so once you get this face of the filter all the way up there, the pegs should go into their slots and it should fit nicely. And that's going to be best indicated because these holes will line up with the screw holes over there. So I'm going to demonstrate that next. All right, so I've got it kind of shoved in there. The pegs are holding it in place, and I can see that the holes are lined up. So now I'm just going to go in and put the screws in from the back. I can just feel around. It's probably right there. I'm going to tighten them down by hand first, and then after that I'll use a tool. All right, so after you've got the pump nice and secured, go ahead and reconnect the inlet hose, the main, or I should say the drain hose, and then also don't forget to connect the plug back in as well. A pro tip on those hose clamps is that if you can get them, the portion that squeezes together, if you can get that to face towards you, then you can certainly install them a lot easier. See, I kind of had to do that, just kind of move them around and get them to face towards me. Otherwise, it's kind of hard angle to get to get them to fit snugly. So that's a good little tip right there. All right, so that is basically the top 3 reasons what's causing your front load GE washing machine not to drain. Number 1, there's a clog in the pump filter. Number 2, there's a clog somewhere else in the system, which could be one of the inlet hoses, the drain hose, or the pump impeller itself. And number 3, the pump itself is bad. And in this video I covered an easy method of how to replace the pump without disassembling the whole front of the machine. Now let's say you go ahead and you do all 3 of those things. You went ahead and you replace the pump and it's still not draining. Well, unfortunately for this particular model, that would mean that there's an issue with the main control board. It is a common issue on this. Well, I would say it is not a super common issue, but it is common enough for me to note that that could happen on this machine, and that is a very expensive repair. But I would do all 3 of those steps first before coming to that. And the main way we're going to come to that deduction is by using process of elimination, where we've done all 3 of those main common reasons first, and then we've come to the conclusion that it's the main control board. Anyways, if you did find this video to be helpful, make sure you hit the thumbs up sign.